Yo yo, so Nightreign just added an enhanced gaping jaw, and I decided let's go take this bitch down again solo. So today, I'm going to explain the run leading up to him, and show how I beat the enhanced version without going down a single time. Let's get right into it. Starting off day 1, we clear the camp for a quick level, and then run up into the fort nearby, and beat down the sorry ass boss inside. Before moving on, I buy a Wendy Grace from the merchant outside, because in case you didn't know, in solo, the merchants will always have one Wendy Grace that you can buy in the regular map, and then you can buy a second one later at the spear shop. Anyway, next up I hit up a mega church to up my levels a little bit and just blast these bubble blowers, and didn't even give them a chance to fight back. After that devious act, I had to hit up a church and repent my sins, and then went straight into a cave to grab a smithing stone too, just to ensure that I have a decent weapon heading into the final boss on day 3. Right outside the cave is a lion, and yeah, he didn't stand much of a chance at all. My ult and a riposte took out half of his health, and after that, it just took a couple more hits before this lion was no more, and we kept it pushing. I can't lie, I was feeling myself and ran into the center castle just a little bit early, and I started tangoing with the boss downstairs because it was just a lowly ancient of Zamor. I was banging with this man early on and got him to a little under half health, but he killed me, and the storm was coming anyway, so I'm going to save that and my runes for tomorrow. Night 1 boss time, and it's just a little old gargoyle. To be honest, I was not respecting this man at all, and just wanted to get to the final boss, so I was trading blows with him the entire time, and he did almost knock me down a few times. But in the end, Tommy Nightreign prevailed, and just as I was getting ready to go get my get back at the castle, I got raided by the good old Smelter Demon from Dark Souls 2. This man came out swinging from the jump, and now I was even more impatient, and even though his combos are really easy to dodge, I was just sitting in the pocket, tanking his hits left and right. Eventually I just strafed around him like normal and avoided 75% of his hits, and even though it looked close, I was not stressed, because this man's bag is not deep at all. Get back to Iron Feet, big dog, and get out of this game. Alright, now that it's finally day 2, we go slide back for our runes and give Buddy an uppercut from hell, just to remind him what type of timing I'm on. This man matched my energy low-key though, and was pressing the fuck out of me, but he was low enough that we ended up taking him out and got our runes back in blood. With that bitch down, we head to the king of the castle, and it's a draconic tree set. This man fights, and has a good amount of health, and even though I can get a couple of stance breaks, you can't get a critical hit on this son of a bitch, so it's not that worthwhile. I know his moves pretty well, but the problem is that I'm greedy as fuck and just want to keep swinging. Because of that, he ended up killing me, and I was just not having a good time at this castle on this run, but fuck it, we come back, act a little more patient, and eventually beat this dude's ass and steal the money straight from his pockets. With the castle bosses cleared, I quickly scooped up the last flask on the map and headed to kill a couple more bosses to try and hit level 15. So I took a lovely stroll into the Scarlet Rot Forest and picked on a little old reindeer that was just chilling nearby. After taking him out, we found an ulcerated tree spirit all by his lonesome, so I generously put him out of his misery. Nothing much to say about these fights, they aren't too bad, and I just stay close, spam R2 until they fall. Now it's night 2, and the boss is an ancient dragon who isn't too difficult, but he has a lot of health and can fuck you up if you don't respect his back. However, even though he's got a little magic, all you gotta remember is that he's a dragon and just keep on chopping away at those ankles. Even though it takes a while, just chop, chop, chop away, and eventually the dragon is gonna die. And that's all I did, and we were able to make it to the final boss of the run. Heading into the spirit shelter, we level up to 15 just barely, but now we don't have enough money to buy the second wedding grace, but it's all good, and we use our smithing stone to upgrade our claymore to purple, and get ready to see what this new jaw is all about. Alright, real quick, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the boss, and then show the full run. So keep in mind, this was my first time seeing him, so I apologize if it's sorry as fuck, and I get hit by some simple attacks. The main thing I'm going to say is when he disappears and flies back down and there's like a tornado around himself, you want to get away in the beginning. If you're inside, you're going to take hella damage, so be ready to blast. And then around after 4 seconds or so, you want to be inside the tornado because now it's safe inside. That's the craziest move that I saw him do, so look out for that and you can beat this man. Alright, let's get this jaw one more time. Boom! Okay, that was a sick fight, and I can't wait for the other enhanced bosses to drop. I'm currently in the middle of fighting the Dark Drift Knight solo as Duchess, so if you're interested in that or the other solo fights I'm going to be posting soon, don't be afraid to subscribe so you don't miss them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.